Okay guys, before I start this video, I need to say that I need a logo. Message me if you're interested and make me one. Comment in the video. Leave a comment on my page, facebook.com/WWE World, and I'll get back to you on all that. Um, I really need one bad. Just message me if you're interested. Leave a comment, inbox us, whatever. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll get started with the video. Hey guys, what is up? It is me, RGX Prophet here. I'm doing some Q&A from WWE TNA World. So, I'm doing this on the spot. So if I need like a couple of seconds to think, cut me some slack, please. Okay, so here we go. Question number 1. Dear Prophet, what do you think about the World Heavyweight title picture? Huh. You know, I'm honestly sick and tired of seeing Del Rio versus Sheamus. They've overdone it to hell. Um, Even just throwing in Randy Orton would make it much more interesting, even if it's just Orton. They could also throw in Wade Barrett when he comes back. Wade Barrett beats Sheamus, Ziggler cashes on Barrett, thus turning face. I think it's actually a possibility. A Ziggler versus Barrett feud would be amazing. It would get like the true fans and everybody really into WWE again, and I think that could be the one thing that actually ends up saving WWE in the long run. Okay, question number 2. Important key TNA has that could beat WWE. Huh. Right now, first, I'm going to start off with the obvious answer. That is Austin Aries. Now, WWE won't be able to get their hands on him for a while because he signed a 5-year contract with TNA. So, they're not going to take that away from TNA. So, he's going to be a major role if there ever is a WWE versus TNA feud. He will play an important part in it. So, I'm telling you, someone else, very, 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 very underrated, Robbie E. Robbie E is an amazing talent, is not being used as good as he could be, and he gets a lot of hate. I will never hate on Robbie E. I've liked him since I first saw him in TNA, and I'll like him from now on. I'm just really into him. He's good. And the third choice to add to it, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is an amazing talent once again. WWE had their chance with him Saturday Night Heat, I believe it was called. Correct me if I'm wrong. He had a match. They didn't want him, but now look what TNA's done with him. He is such an amazing talent, and thank God he's being used. Okay, on to question 3. Dear Prophet, was Brodus Clay versus Damian Sandow a good starting feud for Sandow, or should it have been somebody else? You know what? I think it's good to get the little kids to start hating him, because they love Brodus Clay, the Funkasaurus, but I don't like him whatsoever. Um, he could have been put into a better feud, maybe with like a face Ziggler. I could actually see that. But you know, it's good for now, just to get him more heat. He's amazing at what he's doing, and I hope he keeps it up in the long run. So on to question 4. Do I think Dolph Ziggler, dear Prophet, do you think that Dolph Ziggler and Cody Rhodes will be better as a singles feud or a tag team? Um, I could see him as both, but I think a singles feud would be better because Cody Rhodes is saying he is the most gifted in the WWE right now, which is probably true, and Dolph Ziggler saying that that's impossible because he is perfection. It would be an amazing heel versus heel feud. I know I'd love to see it, and I think the fans would too. So I'm gonna go with singles. Do I think Christian deserves another long world championship reign in WWE? Yes. 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 He has done so much for WWE in the past, and even TNA. that he deserves a world championship reign. At least give him like I don't know, like maybe 3 months as world heavyweight champion as a thank you. That would be like good enough for the fans, and I think it would satisfy him a little bit more. So there's my answer for that. On to the next question. Um, who will be the next babyface of the WWE after John Cena retires? That's tough to say. Um, I would want to say that Seth Rollins or Tyler Black, as we should know him better as, will be the next big John Cena. If not him, I will either go with Wade Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, or Damian Sandow. I know you guys say, what about Dean Ambrose? No, no. Dean Ambrose will be the next anti-hero CM Punk. I'm gonna be completely honest with you there. So as I'm calling it, see Seth Rollins as the number one pick, followed by Wade Barrett, followed by Dolph Ziggler, followed by Damian Sandow. There's my answers for that. Huh. Which division do you think needs to return? The hardcore division or the cruiserweight division? You know what? This is a tough one, but I'm gonna have to say the cruiserweight division. I say that because there's so many underused featherweights, cruiserweights, all of them, like Pac, Evan Bourne. Um, I want to say Kofi Kingston, but I'm not 100% sure. Rey Mysterio could even add to it. Sin Cara. Just a great mix of competitors could be put in there. Like W could even pick up like Alex Shelley, guys like that. Um, I'd love to see it, but it probably won't be unless they on the WWE network they add that show that they've been talking about, like featuring cruiserweights. But I'd say cruiserweight division. So there's your answer for that. If I could have a dream WrestleMania card, what would 5 of my matches be? Anybody versus anybody from WCW, WWE, ECW, Ring of Honor, or any other company? Let's see. I'm not gonna do any title matches or anything special like that. I'm gonna go with for one match. I personally want to see. This is a tough one. I'd probably say I might want to see. Huh. This is actually stumping me. Maybe I personally would like to see Eddie Edwards versus Wade Barrett versus. I want to throw in a third one as a triple threat. Wade Barrett versus Eddie Edwards versus. Let's go with James Storm. No, no, no. Scratch that. I'm gonna go with Bobby Roode. I think that would actually be a pretty good match, personally. So Wade Barrett versus Eddie Edwards versus Bobby Roode. Another match, I would love to see Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk versus Austin Aries. Or maybe not, no, scratch Daniel Bryan. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Austin Aries versus Kevin Steen, actually. So put those four together, you have an amazing match. The next match, Robbie E versus Zack Ryder. The match following, tough to say. Um, I'd say I want to see Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle. Nah, scratch Chris Benoit. I want to see Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle. So we got 4 matches down. And the next match, I would want to see Jeff Hardy versus. Huh. You know what? For some reason, I want to see Daniel Bryan versus Davey Richards. Jeff Hardy versus Davey Richards versus The Miz. I'm not sure why. I have a feeling that would be an amazing match. So those are the three matches. The winners would end up being Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, Robbie E, Kurt Angle, and Jeff Hardy. So there you have my dream WrestleMania card with 5 matches. On the next question, I need to pick up the pace. Um, what do I think about Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara as a tag team, and do I see them as tag champs one day? You know what? I hope so, but I'd rather see a feud because I'd like to see them do a couple matches together, go on to WrestleMania, put on an amazing high-flying match. We'd all love to see that. So, I could see them being tag champions, but maybe one of them turns on each other because I think Sin Cara would be the one to turn face, not Rey Mysterio. That would never happen. Make no sense whatsoever. So, yes, I can actually see it. Next question. If the Dudleys came to WWE, would you have them like in past WWE or keep them split up like they are in TNA? Well, it seems as though they are coming back to WWE. Devon has parted ways with TNA, and it looks like Bully Ray is going to do the same. If they come back as a tag team, they will help build back the tag team division. So, yeah, I'd like to see them as the Dudley Boys. If I can make a WWE versus TNA pay-per-view, what would the match card be? Huh. I would say CM Punk versus Austin Aries. I'm going to do 7 matches, say. Kurt Angle versus Daniel Bryan. Um, AJ Styles versus The Miz. Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode. Robbie E versus Zack Ryder. So that is 6, I believe. Just correct me if I'm wrong. And Wade Barrett versus. Huh. No, for some reason I can see a Wade Barrett versus RVD feud. Or maybe even Wade Barrett versus Rob Van Dam versus Jeff Hardy. I can actually see that as a pretty good match. I'm not gonna lie. So there you have it. And do I think Chris Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame? I know I might get a lot of hate for saying this, but yes. He is one of the best wrestlers that have ever laced up a pair of boots, and he deserves recognition for it. Yes, what he is accused of doing is terrible. But does that change what he's accomplished as a wrestler? No. He still had one of the best careers of all time and was one of the most likable superstars of all time. Now, even though what he is accused of doing is so terrible, just at least let the fans know what he did as a wrestler, what he did for the WWE. If it wasn't for him and Eddie Guerrero, who knows what might have happened to the WWE. So I want to say yes, yes, yes. He is repeating the Hall of Fame 110% yes. So that completes the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed doing it. So yeah, like, comment, whatever you want to do, subscribe to our channel, and yeah, guess that's it.